ladies and gents. Right, this is our second lesson of this week, and today we're obviously still solving equations, but now we're solving equation where our products of factors. So what are factors? We will get to that later, but product in maths mean timing. So before, when we had the equation of, let's say, 3 over x plus 2x plus 1 over x, it was plus, 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 and maybe minuses. Now we have time. Okay? So we're multiplying, okay, x minus 1 times x minus 2 in the brackets, and we're saying that's equal to 0. That's my equation, and I need to solve it. So product, that's the product. It's product of these two brackets. Okay? Right. Now, if I didn't tell you what to do, I think a lot of you, the first instinct when they see that, they'll probably foil, isn't it? You'll say, sir, I know what to do here. It's x times x times minus 2, minus 1, right? That little foiling thing we've done, that I told you. We shouldn't do that, okay? That is going to be simplifying. That's called simplifying. We're foiling it. We're simplifying it. But that's not what we asked to do here. We are actually asked to find x. Okay, the solution. And it turns out that in this case, actually, you want to keep it in this form. Don't simplify it. And then it will be a big problem, okay? So you're just going to look here and say, look, I've got x times minus 1 times x minus 2, and that has to be equal to 0. Okay? Now, before I try and answer that, maybe ask you another question. What is 2 times 0 equal? I think you probably answered that correctly. The answer is 0, right? What about 0 times 1,000? Okay, take a big number, 1,000. What is 0 times 1,000? Again, I think you figure it out by yourself. It's 0. 0 times any, it's a very interesting number, that 0. Time it by any number you want, even billion, schmilzillion, it still becomes 0. So now I'm coming back to this. We've got something times something equals 0. For this to be 0, either the first bracket must be equal to 0, or the second bracket must be 0. If one of these is 0, if maybe both, but if one of them is 0, it's enough to make the whole thing 0. So the question I'm asking myself really, for this whole equation to be 0, either x minus 1 must be equal to 0, either x minus 1 must be equal to 0, or x minus 2 must be equal to 0. Either one. Okay? I'll put it right here. Either that or that. I hope you can see it's big enough. Yeah. Now, the answer to these questions are very easy. What will make x minus 1 equal to 0? Well, you can just move the minus 1. I'm just going to get rid of the or here, okay? I can either just put the plus 1 here, and I'm going to get x equal 1. You could have even answered that before I did that, right? X minus 1 is 0. What does x have to be? X have to be equal 1. Okay? X minus 2 equals 0. Oh, we're just going to move the 2 to the other side. Or straight away we can say x equals 2. So what we find here, boys and girls, is two solutions. Okay? We're not always going to have one solution. Okay? Last lesson we saw where there was no solution at all. Okay? Most of the time so far we've seen one solution. Today we're seeing two solutions. Okay? There are two solutions. X equal 1 or x equal 2. And you're going to write them both. Okay? X is going to be either equal to 1, making the first product 0, or x equal 2, making the second product equal 0. In either case, okay, the equation will be satisfied. Let's do a few more examples. Now I'm going to do it a bit quicker. X plus 3 times x minus 2 equal to 0. Okay? For this to be equal to 0, either the first brackets needs to be equal to 0, or the second brackets equal to 0. Now let's skip this try. Okay? What will make the first bracket x equal to 0? Well, x must be equal, in this case, minus 3. If I put minus 3 and add 3, you will get 0, right? I can't put 3. If I put x equal 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. So the first solution is x equal minus 3. The second solution, what will make x minus 2 equal to 0? What does x need to be? X have to be equal to 2. So again, two solutions are x equal minus 3 or x equal 2. Okay? It's not and. The number can't be equal to minus 3 and 2 at the same time. It's either or. Okay? And you see I skipped that little stage. I hope you don't mind. It's just, I think it's quite obvious. X plus 3 equal to 0. That means x must be equal minus 3. Okay, one more example. Okay, you can still see it. X times x plus 2. Okay, here, maybe a little bit more difficult. Again, I've got two terms. One of them just have brackets. The other one doesn't. But actually, it's easier. Okay, so let's start with this. What will make this x plus 2 equal 0? You're right. X must be equal to minus 2. Because minus 2 plus 2 equals 0. But what will make x equal 0? How can we make x 0? Well, simply by saying x equal 0. Okay, so the answer here, the two solutions here, are x equal minus 2, which will make this one 0, or simply x equals 0. So if you don't have another bracket like we had here, it's actually even easier. If you just have an x on its own, just say, okay, x equals 0. Okay? Fantastic. We're going to do a couple more examples. I'll just pause you here. Okay, back here. 3 more examples. Okay, and then, no. I'm going to just pause that. Let's do a few others instead. Sorry, just away. Okay, oops, a bit of a confusion. But I think I'm just going to do one more example. The rest will be the next lesson. So now I've got a couple complications here. First of all, I've got 3 products. 4 times 2x plus 6 times 2x minus 1. And I've got to find out again which x will give 0. Now, what did I do so far? I asked for each one of the brackets, for each one of the factors, for each one of the things I multiplied. I asked, when can that be 0? Now, let's start with the first one, 4. Okay, it's not in brackets, but like before I had x, so now I have 4. Can 4 equal to 0? Can 4 at any time equal to 0? And the answer, of course, not. It can never be equal to 0. So 4, it's just there. Just leave him there. Okay? What you don't do, you're not starting to multiply things. Okay? So the next step, 2x plus 0. Can 2x plus 6 equal to 0? And the answer is yes, we can find an x. Now, I think in this case, I would rather you go stage by stage, not jump like I jumped in the last question. Because it's a bit more difficult. But we can solve it. It's not difficult. 2x plus 6 equals 0. Okay, I'm going to move the 6 to the other side. So I'm going to have 2x equal minus 6. Okay, get rid of the 2, dividing by 2. X equal minus 3. So that's one solution. Okay. Next thing, I want to find out about that. 2x minus 1. Can that be equal to 0? Alright, yes it can. How can we do it? Okay. 2x minus 1 equal to 0. Move the minus 1, or I'll do plus 1 to get rid of it. I'll get 2x equal 1. Divide by 2, x equal half. Okay? And that is also a solution. So, we've got 2 solutions. Okay? X equal minus 3 or x equal half. And you've got to get both of them written down to get the full marks. Okay? That number, that free number 4, we can't make 4 equal to 0. So even though I have 3 things that multiply by each other, I only have 2 solutions. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I'm going to get you to do some exercise. We've got one last lesson.